Hey, Spearzerker here. Doing the Artisan IPA from Bowen Island. Shot out of the can here. It's a 5.5% IPA. This is a number 4 out of the Tasters Pack that I am reviewing. And let's give it a pour and see what we got. Okay, so color-wise, I kind of like it. It is a little bit too light, but it reminds me of the Imperial look. There's actually some okay hop smells in there. There's a head shat. In the head, it's a half-ass head, but I don't think it's not ideal. Uh, I am smelling the dry hops in there. I don't know. Let's give it a drink here. Okay. So this tastes a lot like an Imperial IPA. Compared to the Imperial IPAs I really like, um, I'll drop some names here. Garrison, he's a kick-ass Imperial IPA. This is, I don't know. We'll take another drink here. More of the hops are in the finish. I'm not getting the hops right up front like I'm used to. Um, it is like basically an Imperial IPA as far as I'm concerned. The hops are a little bit weak on aroma, and they're a little bit weak in the body, and the flavor. I guess the flavor scheme in all these beers is a little bit thin with some hollow spots, and in all the beers. Um, and the aroma's a bit too stanky. Like it's a bit like musty or whatever. I mean, if I had to make a guess, see this bland is it's like tangy and bland. Bitters, like I'm getting flavors, but they're kind of bad flavors in all the beer. It's a bad. I'm getting some bitterness, but it's not a ideal bitterness from the hops, and I'm getting some tanginess and some stuff going on, and some barley, but it's all like kind of bad barley taste or bad tanginess, or well, here's some mouthfeel coming on, and it's just like weak, foamy, bad mouthfeel, thin body. Those are those hollow spots. Like you taste the body, it's thick in places, but then you'll just be like this thin, where you get a little bit of the flavor at the same time. It's like the flavor and that just comes through a little bit weak in lots of places. And my first red flag would be that it's a 5.5% IPA. Um, that to me tells me that there's not enough barley in the beer. Um, I mean this beer should be 6 or 7%. As far as I'm concerned, for what they're trying to do, maybe original IPAs, the ones we make today are generally 6%, and then have basically this color to them, or a little bit darker, a little bit more, a little bit of a hint, a little bit more of a brownish tobacco-y amber hint to them. Um, yeah, basically, I reviewed all 4 of these beers, and I'm not impressed with any one of them. And I do have the pamphlet. I got this at the end here. 12 pack. That was so. They have all their. They give you a pamphlet here with all these beers. So the Twisted Trail. Yeah, I tried that one, and that came with it. The pale ale, the cream ale, the IPA, and the lager, and basically, like they have a hemp ale, a honey brown. They're looks like they're changing their cans up. So basically, it's shit beer anyway. Like they're trying to. They invested in a label and not an extra several pounds of barley per recipe. And as for the hollow spots in the beer, I'm really like understanding what the hell's going on there. Uh, it shouldn't. I've never had that problem, so I don't know what the hell is going on. So after these reviews, I'm going to post these ones. So I'm going to put up beer that I made. It's just a plain Jane recipe. My brother's made it several times, and I wanted to do a stout, so it's an oatmeal stout homebrew, and it should be after tomorrow. It should be carbonated 1 week and minor bottle conditioned. It's homebrew shit. It's all grain brew though, and we're gonna pit them up against these type beers in every beer. I'm gonna see and give an honest review of my own beer and see um, how it stands up against some of this shit and what the deal is with shit beer out there. So all these guys at this brewery need to do is go to Beersmith. Beersmith has great fucking recipes, and follow the recipe. And not even that, you can follow the recipe quite loosely and still make awesome beer as long as you do an all grain. Actually, this one I suspect almost that they just dumped corn syrup in it. This is just their Colt 45. Like to me, when I drink that, it was a little bit more mild than a Colt 45, but it was basically like I don't know if I've ever had Colt 45, but we have different ones up here. We have Big Bear. So I've had that, and I think I've had an Old English or something. So basically that tastes a lot like Big Bear, or Mickey's. To me, it just tastes like Big Bear too. So yeah, malt liquor at this. I can't remember what the price was anymore, but if I wanted to buy a malt liquor, I just go get a Colt 45. So this IPA, yikes! I'm 8 minutes and I'm just ranting. It's still foaming. You can see the CO2 in the body a little bit there. Oh, and they fail with time, and that's I realize I got shit beer when. That's why I like to always do my beers to the bottom, just so you know, because if it is shit beer, sometimes they can masquerade at the top a half. Once you get down to the bottom quarter, they can really fall apart. And so most good beers only get better because they warm up a little bit more. You get more flavors out of them. But this, when these beers fall apart in the last quarter of the glass, then I'm like, okay, there's some quality issues here. I'd hate to just like give these kind of reviews because it's not very often, even really. And that's just, it's gross. It's freaking gross. IPA, and I don't say that ever. I mean, most IPAs that are made are pretty much delicious by my recognition. Um, this is probably the only gross one I've ever had. Maybe one other one, but probably just this one that I can recollect. I mean, seriously, it's just if my beer was carbonated, and I want to do this reviews, I should do it. It's just good to do, but my beers are carbonated. I'm gonna be a lot happier. I'll tell you that. Oh, that's just that is that is wretched. Oh, it's really falling apart at the end. Granted, I've had this for a little while. It's an IPA, so these hops might be extra. Read all about it. Falling apart, but another negative score on here is I don't see best before date. They want feedback. It says in their thing, like to give them a call and tell them what you think. Questions or comments, tell us what you think. I guess I could email them and tell them their beer is shit. But it won't matter. But this review will maybe matter. They'll take that more seriously in brew beer, because if I call them on the phone, they don't give a fuck. You know? At this point, it tastes like an old I don't even know why I'm drinking this. I should just dump it down the drain. I don't do that. You know, beer drinkers, they don't dump their beer down the drain. This is almost there. As they get to the bottom, it's just so flat and hollow and weak. It tastes fake. It tastes like a beer made from a powder or something. It's just. It's like the Taco Bell of beer. Powder. The Taco Bell uses powdered meat. These guys used powdered barley. That's just an assumption. Well, no, it doesn't taste like that. Like pure extract. It might be a certain percentage of extract. I don't know. Even the IPA tastes like malt liquor a little. The finish. Did you guys put corn in your IPA? Is that what's happening here? Oh. I'm just gonna finish this so you can see the look on my face so you know how shitty this is. Don't buy this. I will never buy this again. That's a given. I mean, this is just for an IPA. Like this is sad. I mean, this is just sad. And I don't know. Maybe I don't understand the economics of it. Maybe it's hard to start up a brewery, and they're doing the best they can. They're trying to achieve craft brewery levels. I don't know. I've never even seen this beer before. I don't know how widespread it is. I don't understand. I don't understand what the hell's going on. This is fucking weird. Well, now it's just tasting like water with like nasty ass stale hops in it. It doesn't even taste like beer. Hardly at all. I'm gonna give that the IPA 2.5 out of 11. I can't imagine an IPA getting any worse than that. But if the IPA is any worse than that, I mean, that's just nobody would try and sell anything worse than that. That's disgusting. 2 out of 11. 2 out of 11. That's probably one of the worst beers I've ever rated. Ever. Gotta be nasty. Don't buy it. Disgusting.